The weather now. I know someone who's out there kind of wishing she could get in a race car right now. Brittany is out at the Shawano Speedway. Let's hear what she has to say. Hi, Brittany.
Good morning, Caroline. You hit it right on the dot. I have always wanted to be a race car driver, specifically on the dirt clay tracks that we have here in Shawano. I'm at Shawano Speedway, and this goes way back for me. This is a big community thing to do, and we have Taylor here. How long have you been racing?
I've been racing about 3 years.
3 years. What got you into this?
I started demoing when I think it was 2016, and after that I just wanted to build a race car. It was fun.
You built it?
Yeah. Me and my dad build these cars.
Oh, it's like a family thing then. I love this. This
I
is
actually
fantastic.
have 3 of them, but...
You have 3?
Yeah.
So I can borrow one?
Yeah, if you want. I mean, it's all good.
I'm not going to drive anything today, but next time, you never know exactly. So you had an interesting event happen last week. Now, a lot of us that come to the track, we want to see the smashes, we want to see the crashes, and we want to see the winner. You had an experience, didn't you? Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, I had my gas tank ruptured and I started on fire.
You say it so nonchalantly.
Yep.
What did you do? What does someone do in that situation if your car is on fire on the racetrack?
Honestly, didn't even know I was on fire, but I just jumped out of the car and I ran over by one of the trucks and I grabbed a fire extinguisher and I put it out. I mean, the car's okay, but everything else was, underneath was burnt up.
Absolutely. I saw the video. It's actually terrifying to watch. Everybody cares from the stands and hoping that you were okay, and I'm glad that you are. So what kind of safety measures do you have to do to be able to race? Helmets, roll bars, what do you got?
Yeah, pretty much full cage, containment seat with a Hans device, helmet, and fire-rated suit. Perfect.
Can you tell me the vibe while you're driving? You're racing, you're trying to pass that next car. What is going through your head?
Oh, it is such an adrenaline rush. Such an adrenaline rush.
Well, you heard it right there. That's exactly what we've got going on here at Shawano Speedway this weekend. Of course, it's the beginning of the county fair, and that runs all the way through Monday. So let's take a look at what that weather forecast is for you guys, because right, it kind of matters. This is a clay dirt track. If we get downpours, heavy rainfall, storms, it's not going to go on. So look at this forecast. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we're all looking at those perfect temperatures. And in fact, we love the fact that our dew points have dropped. We went from feeling like Florida to feeling like Canada in just 24 hours. Now this morning, my hair got a little frizzy because the morning hours is when our temperature and our dew point get really close together. And that's what happened. So you won't look like me, ladies, as you head through the rest of the day. It's going to look much better and warmer. Yesterday, we hit highs into those mid to upper 70s, which is right on par with where we should be for this time of year. So no surprise with that. This morning, still hanging on to the cooler air right around the Great Lakes, but you can see that massive warm up just off to the west of us, and that's going to be headed our way as we go through the next 48 hours. So this morning, mid 50s to some low 60s as you head out the door. Might want a light jacket. I was wearing one for most of the morning. I just took that off to some long sleeves now. But it's still breezy. Gusts on occasion up to about 15 to 20 miles per hour early. They're going to get feisty by this afternoon. Up to about 25 to 30 mile per hour gusts are expected, but still continuing to pull in that nice, dry, comfortable air for a good summer day here today, right? It's Wednesday. We're on that freeway to Friday, and I'm really feeling it here. All these race cars running around. It feels like the weekend's almost here. And as we look up to the north and all across the country, things are looking pretty quiet. This track does not look like it's going to be downpoured on. In fact, we were talking to the guy who takes care of it, the track master, and he says he's got to water it a bunch, kind of like those flowers in your garden right now, right? Same kind of deal here. Today, high temperatures climbing into those low 80s for us. We'll stay bright, beautiful, and clear. A few passing clouds from time to time, winds out of the north, and nice and comfortable out there. Tomorrow, we're going to just be on repeat. Look at that. But the difference is those low pressure systems building into the Midwest, pumping in a little bit more moisture and heat. So we're going to climb into the mid 80s for the first day of school tomorrow. It is going to be a little hot and sticky, and dew points are increasing as we push into Friday. That's when the mugginess is really going to settle in, and that's also when our next shot of rain moves in, where we could see up to 1/4 inch. But a lot of it wants to stay just northwest of us and give us an actual beautiful Labor Day ahead of us. Today, highs climbing, like I mentioned, into the low 80s. Tonight crashing down into the 50s, cool and crisp. And tomorrow, once again, bright, beautiful, sunny, and a little bit warmer there. Here we go into that weekend. The one rain chance Friday night should hold off until after that sports showdown. Nice and comfortable temperatures if you're waiting to avoid the heat. Saturday, Sunday is the perfect day to get out, do some barbecuing, grilling, come to the Shawano County Fair, whatever you usually do for your Labor Day weekend plans. But this is just a fantastic week ahead. No weather worries.
It's the perfect opportunity. I mean, that just looks so much fun. I wish I could go out there. Brittany, thank you so much. And still ahead, we have our top stories of the day.